select, because that is something they can, try and account for. The problem is that even if you focus on the bottom side, once Hanser does get level 6, the Gangplank ultimate.
First place happening on both sides of the map.
Definitely read there by Rek'Sai. Svenskeren used the ultimate, but bottom side!
Stixxay getting hit up, the exhaust is there. He still has flash, the heal goes down. Fights across the map, Stixxay is gonna go down to first blood. That's Bjergsen coming up with a kill. Darshan answers back. The fight in the bottom is still going back and forth. And it's going to be double if down. Stixxay lived throughout it by holding the heal, holding the flash, and then fighting back.
Woo! Ridiculous. The same draft, they roam to the top side. Again, Hanser lives, and they're not done yet.
And now they like to fuse in their favor. The shot's coming out, the curtain call. And they're gonna shove Stixxay off the stage.
It's threatened Aframo a lot.
That could be a position to start it with.
That could be the Jhin ult, then the Gangplank also follow if they want to finish him off. Could it be over the wall? They said we don't need it yet. Hold it, and TSM are sure to secure that kill.
Allows them to get off a lot of those ricochet autos as well as boomerangs, but Gangplank ultimate once again.
Svenskeren goes right onto Stixxay. Working the ground is Huhi from the back here. And that's going to be a big cast from Xmithie before he goes down. All of TSM come out pretty in there. Or is the move they did just have to be done? That
Whoa!
Never mind. The next move from TSM is even more right than the first one. They get 2 kills. And you don't even have to answer that.
Miracle steal!
I talked about TSM not fully taking control of the game, but there they have taken hold of it completely.
Legends, they're actually 2 champions TSM hadn't played in the entire split.
Whoa!
That's a thing.
Yes, sir. Darshan teleports immediately out because they
provide for themselves here.
He's still Gnar, but there's a lot more people here.
Oh, they knew he just Gnar'd back down to Mini, if that's a thing. So they get themselves right in and out of that play, not even within Xmithie here to get in. Hello and goodbye as they drink him under the table.
Called it, Riv, right there for Huhi and CLG as TSM have deep wards. Look at all these deep wards.
Oh, there's the pillar. Huhi can't even ult to get out of this one. He would have knocked off the surf right away. Aframo saves himself with the ultimate as well as some damage from that star call, and everybody continues to get pushed out here as TSM is just roughhousing CLG in their own jungle.
And Bjergsen solo killed Darshan on the other side of the wall right there. So that was CLG attempting to pull off and just completely flopping. TSM way stronger and looking poised to win the game.
Bing, bang, boom. Takes him down. The inhibitor follows right after with its turret. And they could be looking to go for the Nexus turrets here. Really lighting a fire under themselves to come into this little bit of a remake game. Both teams coming out very strong, and TSM is going to try and find the Nexus here in game 1, 11-4, as they battled it out in CLG in the early game. We're gonna have to see how much closer this series can get. We are gonna be going game 2, as TSM is up 1 game.
And TSM has to feel quite happy about that game. Hanser dodged a ton of pressure from CLG.
We heard Darshan kind of talk about a lot of the things with the team weren't fixed because they were trying to fix the things behind that scene, behind the play. And now it seems like all those, if he has the mantra, it's not going to happen. Power it never is here for TSM.
This could be first turret.
Topside.
Could be first blood.
And I thought they were going to give this up. As I said, it's going to be a little crazy for the fight. Here comes Huhi over the wall. Oh, there's Peacemaker from downtown coming in from Stixxay. They're going to be able to turn this one around.
And they have to do this quickly. TSM have not shoved their top side up. So CLG need to push very quickly if they want to make this work.
I'd say this should usually be that time TSM takes Dragon, but Svenskeren's up here as well. Hanser's going to swipe him back, but still gets taken
It's
down.
a race.
Yep, they got the kill, but can they get the turret? TSM are on it.
Just continually able to farm out, like for how much Stixxay and Aframo were rotating around. They're going for Afro.
Whoa, belts over the wall. They should be able to get him in the final here. Tether on to Bjergsen to nullify the damage, then puts the shield out. Deja Vu and Afro not going down, and the fight being turned around. Biofrost is the next to get hit up, and now they look for Hanser and Svenskeren. Svenskeren slowed a little bit there. There's nice. Scatter the weak. Will they be able to take him down? Xmithie tries to get the drink out. The slow's not there. The tunnel is found, but they are able to hit it. Huhi comes up huge, and CLG do it again.
Go for
Whoa. Trying to make a solo play here, but also buy time for the team. It may just matter. He belts forward as well. Helps with Hanser to get the kill, but they're able to priority focus Hanser. That's Aframo going down as he steps back in. Bjergsen's going to be the focus. Glacial Tomb to save himself, and will he go down? Double it flashes out to return a kill, and they're able to keep Bjergsen
On the run. When he's got a front line like Lissandra Gnar, Here we go, though.
Go.
We've seen these plays before. Stixay at MSI was able to do it on the Caitlyn. This time, completely locked down. They make sure he's the target because of the threat he can create and flash right into the structure. Unfortunate for Aframu and very fortunate for TSM. I'm not ahead of Ponser. Almost 100 CS down at this point.
And you can see the results of the last fight have just completely turned the pressure around.
Good
Not
shot.
quite enough.
Patience, holds the ult, holds the Zanyas. The lock gets used for safety, and after all that initiation, Smithy goes back in. He doesn't have cask here. Bjergsen says, I'll give everybody time to come in with me. There's the Zanyas after. They pull the scatter from Huhi, so the crowd control may be down, but Bjergsen has now given himself up for the fight to happen, and it may be in CLG's favor as rest of TSM couldn't get as close as Bjergsen could. Darshan's left now as he gets himself over the wall with a bit of a hop, and he should be good to go. Hershon Haunser.
4,000 health on the Baron, 3,000, here comes
The fight. Baron gets left out. Aframu's going to be the focus here. He goes down in the end. Hunter's taking a lot of damage. They try to get to the back line. Bjergsen throws down the ult. And Xmithy and Stixay in a bad spot, but still able to deliver DPS. And that's why it's a bad spot. As soon as they jump on him, they have all the say in the world as to what happens and continues to happen in the fight.
The fight was set up by TSM for several minutes, and it was beautiful coordination from a wonderful team.
Call of the day as Baron is taken by TSM. 10-7 as we approach third.
They couldn't have the setup because they were forced to get pulled into that spot.
Oh, you were talking about those dominoes, Kobe. They're falling real fast, right?
their base or the last defense.
Oh, no.
It's not a problem if
They don't even need to teleport in.
out.
Bjergsen's behind them.
Oh, mission impossible from Bjergsen.
Whoa!
The cleanse happens immediately. There's also Mikhail's for Stixay. He gets that as long as a heal from Afro, but he still goes down. There's too much front-end damage from TSM. A double kill for Double Lift as he comes up strong with the ricochets, and now they're on to Xmithy. They will finish that kill. The flash over from Double Lift to solidify and secure that fight for the team.
And it only took for CLG to go out in the open before TSM could flank him once again.
Said that's where they were going to want the fight, kind of put the carrot on the stick and reel them out of their base, walk them out slowly, and then they attack. They set up the bushwhack. They come out strong again in game 2 and padding the scoreboard a little bit. Here's Darshan says, walk this way. Not towards the Nexus, but TSM knows the focus, knows the priority, and look to game 3 as game point for CLG.
TSM now 1 game away from making the finals for a record 8 straight.
Able to have too much controller, and Hui's just trying to wait to get to that level 6, and then they have the possibility of Jin setting up picks for Cassidy to chase down.
Yeah, I like.
Artillery looks like he's going back.
Oh, Sudi's trying to get Baron. Hunter could gangplank off this. This is dangerous for CLG.
Whoa, Biofrost jumps in as he's already low. That's going to be a kill and a dragon going over to Xmithy as he says, see you later. If everybody can make it out, we are well off on this one. And it looks like Biofrost may just stay. Goes for the slow, but still flashes out to save himself. They're going time for Stixay. And he gets taken down as he tries to come in on the backside.
Already gained 500 gold from just his parlay. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely demolished.
Yeah, if it wasn't looking bad for CLG.
Yeah, TSM have worked this whole split in preparation for this. Let's see if Darshan can get one back here. He's trying to make him down double.
There's not even a turret out here. Mid lane's already down, and TSM is running around the mid lane after losing a few. Gonna get back into that one. They just fought. I was the game. They put a Caston in his hands here, coming into a possible elimination game for that test, or that contest for their title. Huhi now the focus. Gonna be able to get out a little bit, but only gonna be more assists going over to TSM. Xmithy tries to help him out in the
But it's slow going just because TSM doesn't have an incredibly fast Baron taking team.
Whoop, that's not it. It isn't.
He didn't make it out.
Practically 2v1ing to start this one off. Bjergsen bites off a little more than he can chew and calls for Sven. Nice shots from Stixay, and Bjergsen thinks he's safe. He used the flash there and goes down. Svenskeren getting tied up now. A nice ultimate coming in from Haunser kind of deters CLG. They have to pull back with low HP.
Got 2 of his 3 cannon barrage upgrades already, I believe. As well as a bunch of gold.
TSM looking for a pick of their own.
Aframu has to get away from the team. Locket of the Iron Solari on himself, but they are able to turn around. Hanser is pulled back. They said too far. Fight as five. Who he's coming from the back, and now Aframu keeps himself safe as he tethers in Svenskeren. They can't join the fight against Huhi, but he won't last long anyways. And like you said, Darshan. And you heard what Darshan said, what it means to play in that third place match. He does not want to play in that third place match. He is going to try to have a say about it. He can get his, that's the Guardian Angel. He still has the Chrono Break. If he slams it when he comes up, he's holding on to it for now. Tries to take more damage and get himself back to get a slight heal, and they do keep themselves alive. Huhi has gone down with double lift, so DPS.
Smithy, Gragas ultimate on double lift gets him to the team, but they're not done.
Oh no, Smithy.
Smithy, I'm sorry, we were cast a curse talking about him.
It was a crucial hold until they thought TSM had backed away.
They're always going to be in that next brush, right next to you. This is the chance this time around, and TSM are going to walk.
This journey for TSM back to the top of the North American L. Oh, here we go.
Bjergsen knocked back, but TSM is actually piled onto a great group that will be able to fight back. Darshan comes back up as well. He's going to get knocked once or twice. Hanser trying to stay on the side and keep everybody at bay. They find Darshan, Xmithy, and Huhi share about 1,000 health apiece and have to head back. And now it does not look good as the base starts to fall.
You have to take risks, and they're obviously showing their hand, trying to take a bunch of those risks. And TSM, they play conservatively, they bide their time, and they cash in.
A massive advantage by the time the game is over. Well, it's not quite over, but that's a 18,000 gold lead in Elder Drake with
time to focus on the bottom. The turrets are falling like they're made of butter right now. And the favorite team solo mid.
Why did we get butter turret?
I have no idea. That's how you get it with 3 Drakes and the Elder on top of that. Not even one of them is a mountain. And they're slicing right through him. This could be the final go. Darshan and the rest of the team are going to try to go for broke. His Guardian Angel gets popped as the Glacial Tomb with the safety from Bjergsen, and he did. 60 seconds on the clock. That means TSM is fighting 4v5 with the Fountain just on the heels of CLG for HP. That's Huhi going down now. Aframu is going to be the next one to fall as they can't break enough ground between them and TSM to get the heals from the Fountain. And it's now going to be Svenskeren tanking up so the team can go under the turret. Darshan firing back with Xmithy, and they're able to slow the attack, but not stop the attack. The Nexus turrets fall at the same time. The focus is on the Nexus, and TSM will not be stopped as they take a 3-0 game. Xmithy again, like Darshan says, walk this way, away from the Nexus, but TSM will take it. They will head to Toronto, and they will challenge C9 for the finals of the NALCS Summer Split.
And this is vindication for TSM after suffering the defeat to CLG in the finals in Las Vegas a few months ago. And that has got to feel good because it wasn't just a victory, it was a 3-0 victory.
Hard work paying off for Team Solo Mid.
And also because of the win and their second place finish in spring, we don't know if they'll be the #1 seed yet, but TSM is definitely going to Worlds.
Absolutely, another game locked in. It's been happening all around the world, and it's amazing to see that list continue to be created. And now TSM, with their strongest split, locks themselves in.
You guys are getting me excited for Worlds again already.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yes, I am here with Biofrost from TSM. After that 3-0 victory over CLG, your teammates were talking about coming into this match, it's revenge, it's spring split, it's vindication, getting back at them for those finals. You weren't a part of that, so what did this matchup mean to you coming into it?
It just meant a lot. You know, my teammates have been practicing so hard for this moment. Like, ever since they lost to CLG, they've been practicing so hard, and they've been waiting for this moment to get revenge. And for me, it's just really nice to be able to play in the playoffs and play against CLG as like kind of a, you know, revenge back at the match. And it was really nice that we won.
Seems like you're getting swept up in the rivalry already. One split's all it takes, apparently. But also, it seems apparently only takes you one split to make the finals. And you, as a rookie and as somebody who grew up in Canada, talk to me about how you're going to be in Toronto in the Air Canada Center. What does that mean to you?
It's just super cool because I remember like before I would watch hockey games in the Air Canada Center, and now it's like we're playing there. So it's super cool, and I'm really excited to play.
And you're going to be playing Cloud9 as well, who took down Immortals yesterday. and they actually shocked the league with that result. What are your thoughts and your impressions on this Cloud9 that seems to be a little bit souped up?
Yeah, definitely no one really expected C9 to take it because Immortals just looked so dominant. So we were pretty surprised, and I'm happy that C9 did get in because they've been working so hard and they definitely deserve it. But yeah, C9 looked like a really strong team, and I'm definitely looking forward to play them in the finals.
Awesome. And final question for you here, Biofrost. Not only did you qualify for the finals today, you just qualified for Worlds in your rookie split. And I know that that feels great, but I want to ask you if there's anything that you'd like to say to TSM fans and also North America that you will be representing.
You know, like this season has just been like a roller coaster. Like first when I came on to TSM, you know, no one really expected me to do well. Like I was just some random challenger support, but so many people were supporting me regardless, and seeing that support was just so helpful in reaching to this point. So I'm really glad that everyone stuck by me and stuck by the team, even though, you know, we lost to P1 and that was an unfortunate week. But yeah, I'm really glad that we'll be going to Worlds.
Once again, thank you very much for the interview. Congratulations on the 3-0 and finals as well. I'll see you there. Now, we're going to throw it over to the analyst desk to break down that series.
Thank you very much.
Braum does have quite some value in team fighting here for Unicorns of Love. It won't like win them the laning phase specifically. And I just put Unicorns are on their way to react, and it might have a fight starting.
Yeah, Chucky still got a few seconds of Mega Gnar. He does get the stun off onto Mithy. They don't know Expect is there, rather they should know. Gnar's in back against the wall. Cannon barrage is out. Gray health is on. Move wants to finish the job, but there's an exhaust on, and he just can't get it done. Expect is parlaying. Exile's in egg form. Perks just keeps it happening, and Trick secures first blood in the mid lane.
And it's all because of that flash.
Feel any weaknesses as Mithy sidesteps away from the Winter's Bite, finds Move, finds himself in a spot of bother. Gets stunned up. He's not got the gray health just yet. Move takes him down. Trick is tagging himself in. Repels up for Move, but he has to come right back on down. And Hylissang trying to body block, but Sven with the snipe. And Hylissang hops back to Veritas. It's a 1-for-1.
Big crit. This is something that's going to slow the game down. That's not a big problem for G2, but a lot of people will say, well, why aren't they expanding that lead? Big trade bottom lane.
Oh, Big Gnar, but he's now Mega, or Mini rather. Can he get the damage done in the cannon barrage? He can! And Chachi is even able to swag himself some farm.
Give up the farm, but Trick is on his way.
Uh-oh, prey found! Chachi trying to boomerang, but it will not be enough. Trick gets revenge.
Guaranteed that first tower. And G2 actually spent quite some time getting that top
Uh-oh,
tower.
oh, Veritas! Hylissang's blocking there, but Trick and Mithy are incoming. The knock-up, and they do the job. Braum gets the ulti out, but he does not save the life of Veritas, and he's getting smited. Can't go anywhere, and meanwhile, we'll check back in on Perks. A little bit of revenge. The Ice Shard comes out. Exile gets one. Flashes and grenades, and Sven picks up Hylissang.
All from just being able to lock him down with that.
Like, all right, I'm going to go top then.
And we're back into the fight. All right, Perks is going to get swallowed up by Mithy. Unicorns are looking to do quite a lot here. In hops Chachi, taking out Mithy, and they get what was inside him. A double kill to Braum. And that's going to be Dragon Start.
It looks like G2 were just trying to get vision control behind the Unicorns of Love a little bit in the jungle to try and take that Infernal Drake a minute later.
Trick is here. Oh, this is real low. He wants to take this one out. Can they get the stun off on him? He stopped the damage. They fight it down. That's going to be the GP ultimate, and Trick will fall after failing the steal. Shutdown courtesy of Veritas. Expecting the picture. This is getting really chaotic right now, and Unicorns have just wiped 3 off the map.
G2 had this game. And they're going to try and just hit you, run away, hit you, run away until they get someone low.
Well, here's the try. Veritas, he does get caught out. Glacial Fissure, but Veritas is already gone. Exhaust is on Hylissang, trying to stand behind someone, but he has to flash. At the end of the day, Mithy goes down, Exile finishes him off, and Perks was trying to take 3 kills at once right there. Gets the egg, but will it be enough to finish the kill? It is. Perks takes down Exile, gives his life over to Move, and Move is trying to walk it out, helping out.
You don't properly get onto them. Chachi is 1v3.
All right, well, he does get a pretty big Gnar. He might take Expect down with him. Not enough damage. Perks says no.
Oh, I think the snare from...
And they're giving away to the Unicorns here. Unicorns actually should be okay. They used 1 flash.
Oh, Perkovich, what are you doing? Exile takes him down.
Exile just...
A lot of health to it. The wall off as well.
They can't
G2
get here.
Struggle to get in.
Trick has to steal this.
This is risky.
They see him here move. He's coming in. Now they've got to stop it before it goes down, before they can smite Arrow. But Exile, he's turned into an egg, and I don't believe it. Trick steals off the Baron. Exile is holding off Expect. They will secure 2 kills, but they gave up the big purple worm.
Away from this. So Unicorns feel like they have the position to do this. It is the... Oh, hang on.
Yeah, we're already right back into it, guys. This fight is just not even going to stop this game. Exile moved incredibly low. Exile having to flash away, gets the stun off onto Trick, but he's tanking the front line. And in comes Perks around the backside, taking out Exile right into the pool. Unicorn's health bars are going way too low. Expect takes down Hilly, and this charge will not stop. Veritas down, Perks claims another, and that is nearly the ace. Only move is standing.
Sadly for the Unicorns of around, pushing that mid, setting up that Baron, not getting collapsed on by Perks earlier. Sadly for them, they got collapsed on. And then they
Could have expected, currently standing 12-12 in kills. It has not lacked for action. Chachi is completely surrounded. He knows his days are numbered, and that is going to be a flash. Why would you even? You're going to go down. Trick takes him out.
Pyra's angry,
Trying to just waste that.
and they messed up at Baron. Well, then suddenly they gave it back to G2.
Uh-oh, here comes the curtain call. Mithy is caught up. The arrow lands right on Sven's face, but in comes Trick around the backside. Glacial Fissure. Perks there, stunned up under tower for just a few seconds. Move can't sink his fangs in. In comes the GP ultimate. They're hunting for Mithy. They take down Expect. Veritas securing the kill. The boulder comes out. The chase keeps on going, and Mithy's got nowhere to go. 2 kills for Unicorns. They are low health bars on these Unicorns, but Trick finds himself caught up by move. Curtain call comes in. Hillisang blocks it for just a second. The action doesn't stop. We only get reprieves. Trick is coming in, looking for Veritas. They get the shutdown onto move, and they keep on charging through. The Unicorns are melting away like nothing. Chachi just about to come up into Meganar, but he has got no backup, and G2 is coming to call.
Even using gangbang ulti, and it doesn't matter because they got super minions in the mid lane. And while Unicorns tried their best to get a few kills, end up overextending. G2 with the globals appear behind them, and this was a very back and forth game where both teams made some big mistakes.
Exactly. Mistakes out of both. Unicorns unfortunately sticking around a little too long in the top lane, and G2's late game damage is enough to take game 1.
They can breathe a sigh of relief on the side of G2. Looking forward to see what they can do, but for now, the series leads 1-0.
Let's hope that the Unicorns are early on in the laning phase, but Kassadin can last hit pretty easily on the turret. Yep, it's more once you get outside of laning phase. Kassadin won't die.
And that was a flash burn by Trick for nothing of Chachi's.
Ooh, watch out in the bottom lane.
Meanwhile,
Exhaust used.
Yeah, Veritas stopped up by the pillars, getting clubbed over the head a few more times. Mithy's taking a bite out of him. Can they get the outplay? Tarek's here. So is Move. First blood. It's going to go over to Hillisang, and that TP is canceled. Strong here, as you said yourself, not losing any matchups here. Exile, he's going to have to get a flash out. He does, but will he get away? No, not today. It's Perks.
Because Hillisang recall, so they got to push it now. They can recall themselves, get an item advantage, and then look to potentially go topside if they want to avoid this potential dive. Chachi taking a lot of damage.
Oh, and he's got no shadow dash. In comes Trick, flashing in. That should finish the job, but he's still ticking. Trick is incredibly low, but a big Gnar comes in from Expect to finish the job.
Shoves him into the jungle. He's going to TP mid to try and hold this tower. There's 3 people here.
Yeah, but they get the taunt on.
Perks.
Instantly, Perks just gets knocked against the wall. Exile picks up the kill, and it's a brawl in mid lane. Mithy getting charged down. A double for the Kassadin. He's going to get rolling, and Chachi tanks the line.
That was the exact mistake Wonder made yesterday.
Expect is in the back, and even Hillisang gets one. Another mistake here for G2 and for their mid laner. Causes them a kill, and Exile, he's caught up, but he does manage to just barely escape. Perks is gonna follow through on that one, flashing, but he might just give his life. Not got the cooldown just yet, but it's only Move who's tracking him. It'll come right back up, and he's about to join Mithy. They do get the dazzle off. Pillar comes in, Hillisang on the chase. Move gets the belly bop up, and they're looking to keep fighting this one out. Trick now is gonna force Move to flash away.
Unicorns again a little overcommit.
Well, we'll see if turns out to be the right choice for him. Unicorns here. Meanwhile, it looked like they were going to be in a holding pattern for a second, but Exile gets caught on by Perks. Frozen Tomb thrown down on him. Can he Rift walk away in time? In comes the big Gnar, and Expects he's trying to get out of there. Exile is just trying to escape, but they turn the fight right back around with a whole bunch of members. Move grabs Expect on the back of it. Even the Gromp wants to get involved.
This is going to be a big problem for G2 if they cannot kill Exile before the Taric ultimate locks. He's going to survive and deal so much in fights.
But honestly, G2 should not be trying to attack the castle, and that's exactly what
Ooh,
you're
whoa, flash on right on his fin. Exile deletes him. They take down Trick, and Mithy's exhausted. They're going all in for it right now. Not enough to finish the
Team. Not very easy, but if it can be done, team fights for G2.
A little bit more than that. Chachi trying to hang. Oh, taunts the boulder. Finishes him off, and they Expect
a kill. And now no Shen for another 10 seconds.
Well, no Shen, no problem. Chachi, or rather, Veritas takes out Sven. Chachi's still coming up. I don't know what I'm on.
For Unicorns, like, when you look at this 1-3-1 and you have full vision control,
Dude,
Hillsang is actually ulting for Mithy here.
Yeah, just go on in. They do not get the taunt off, but they look for Mithy. The barrel will knock him right up against the pit, and Move takes him out. No quick.
That's an oldie but a goodie, those wards that you put there.
Yeah, those are ward clears you can cheer for, by the way. Expect is going all in on this one, but it's not going to be enough. It's going to be the reveal, but will they get there in time? Chachi's coming. There's no smite available. It's going to get secured by Move. They manage this. Meganar's coming out for Expect. He clears, or at least tries to clear with the boulder. And now the Unicorns are moving on in. They catch on Trick, and they bring everyone right into the back of the base where the turrets don't touch. Meanwhile, Perks is going to go Frozen Tomb, but will it be enough damage? Expect gets a big Gnar off, but there's no wall. Sven shuts down Exile. Will that be enough to turn the fight? I don't think so. Veritas is coming up massive. The double kill. They're way too low. Move is going to fall, and so is Hillsang. Triple for the Sivir. And they turn it right around. The Quadra.
The dangerous
Ulti here from Unicorns, but they are able to get straight onto the tower. A lot of members dying. And
Oh, Perks, he goes way deep. Exile polishes him off like it wasn't a thing.
In favor of Sivir. I would personally also take a Gnar full late game over Shen in these team fights.
There's the Sivir.
AoE, they're going in for this fight here.
Trick, he really wants Veritas, but they couldn't find it.
Exile
Teleport to
behind.
flying, but Rimwa right in the back, and they're just going down. A shutdown onto Sven, and the rest of G2 have absolutely nothing in form of damage. That's gonna be Trick trying to make a play, distract them, push them off, but they've got 2 quick kills, and they can think about Baron.
G2 have to respect Exile and Chachi appearing in the backline, getting onto Sven, but it's G2 charging forward in the mid lane. Way too aggressive against targets they don't even want to kill right now. And suddenly, Kassadin and Shen shows up behind. Flash does no.
And Mithy.
Mithy dies as well. G2 was still in a position to win fights, but then they overextend and get caught.
And now Chachi just has absolutely no fear. This turret's going to get cut straight on through. They can move towards the inhibitor. The death timers, they're just too long. We're almost 40 minutes into this game. They may not end it right now, but they're looking for it.
Yeah, 15 seconds.
Oh, and they got Trick. Oh, he's going down. 1, 2 more shots. Expect hopping, skipping, jumping. Back to Fountain. He's going to go Mega. No, he's going to get his GA pop, but the Nexus turrets are already going down. They're cutting right through him. Expect is trying to save the life. And in comes Sven. Does he have the shutdown? It's all Nexus. Just turn to it, boys. Just shut this one out. They just might have the damage. 40 minutes on the clock. Unicorns of love.
Unicorns taking a
Back line. Soraka against heavy engage and heavy backline dive can be extremely hard to play. She's fantastic before. He couldn't even body slam flash on Mithy here to kill him. Trick still being a pro in the bottom lane, and now he's trading mid lane.
Oh, and he's going to be bringing Visit Chachi. Perks. Oh, he knocks him right on back. Flashes in. Exile's coming forward, but Chachi's already way too far away to make it happen. Threaded volley. Most of it dodged out. Exile, they're going to finish this job. The taunt is on. The Gnar is coming, but it is too little. It is too late, and that's first blood to Exile.
First blood. Expect follows up.
Chachi, he's still trying to hang tough here, but he's going down. Sacrifices so Exile can walk away.
Perks didn't have a lot of options with that.
They're not being able to push. They're not really setting up a dive.
Exile's
They
coming
go for
up here.
Expect instead.
Oh, he's spotted. Pink's on. Okay, hop and
flash.
taunted. No flash available. He's going to feed this one over on a silver platter, but Chachi gets it in the end.
And Perks, who is...
Excel the game like they did last time.
And it's difficult, right? Up a bottom lane that is...
Oh, whoa!
Good tool flash.
And in comes LeBlanc.
That worked.
Exile finishes the job on Expect.
So we were talking about whether...
Move now on the bottom side. Shen ulti is available.
He's coming
Use
through.
it. And in comes Move right around the backside.
He's out.
But Mithy and Sven did manage to make their way away. Teleport coming in. It will finish. And in comes Expect. Trick soon to follow. Move way too low. Perks is going to get taken down by Exile. Meanwhile in the mid. But down in the bottom. Trick picks up Move. And they keep on trucking here. The Taric ultimate does come out. Hylissang having to flash away. A three-man Gnar right into the wall. And Expect picks up Hylissang. Trick is just going crazy right now, and Exile is way, way late to this party. What can he get done here?
Oh, not a lot. He's going to have to try.
Oh,
Nope.
that stings.
Taken down. G2 good. A little harder for Perks.
Yeah.
This is a play. He does like to try and take those trades. You saw the stat earlier about the first bloods.
Got Sonar on Chachi. Throws the boulder. Chachi, can he even take this with Mega Gnar form?
Yes,
There's still
he can.
minions helping out. He's going to taunt right on in, and the outplay 1v1 for a visit Chachi.
Too many bad decisions honestly today.
Oh boy,
And
and there's a lot more
gang.
decisions being made. In goes Move, and Perks, the rest of G2 trying to kite back, but Chachi flash taunts in straight onto Mithy. They want to shut him down. He's burning, but he stays alive. Chachi now, the rest of the team is here for G2. They shove Hylissang to his death. Chachi bailing out, Veritas left for dead. And this is just going to be crazy. One more stone thrown by Perks.
Exile managed to one-shot Sven here in the fight as well. They're chasing for Chachi. Exile around the corner. He's a little bit too low to really jump in.
He still might try.
And so is Move. I mean, Perks is really dead here.
Well,
Yeah, he's been
yeah, he's...
Yeah.
I was gonna
And
say, if he can get the W over the first wall, maybe he can look...
to start fights, so very easy for Unicorns to just kind of back away.
Oh,
There's
Trick
one.
flashing. Okay, in goes Hylissang with Chachi right at the back of it. They make a wish, though. Mithy is hoping for a one fight here, but everyone is going way too low. Veritas picking up the kill. Chachi, he gets another one onto Sven. Low health bars. Move is going to pick it up before giving his life. Hylissang is also fallen, but that's a double over to Veritas. A double for Perks, but G2 are on the losing end of that.
Here. When Perks hits in a 1-on-1 against Exile, it's not a 1-on-1 because Shen will join. They keep just trying to fight mid.
Oh man, razzle-dazzled right onto Trick, but they couldn't finish him off. Chachi, meanwhile, mixing it up in the front. Exile TPing around the back. Perks was there, blocks him off for a few more seconds. Exile's gonna have to flash away. Unicorns do not want this fight any longer. And the Praise Seeker blocked out. No, Trick takes him down. And they keep on chasing, looking for Move, looking for more. Perks finds it, and he shoves Veritas right to his death. 3 kills picked up by G2 Esports, and they can keep on charging. Mega Gnar for Expect. Flat.
And Shen.
Yeah.
And suddenly a much different fight and a Baron for G2.
And this time, it's watch the teleport timing with regards to the other cooldowns between Exile and Visit Chachi, because as you said,
While he had a great start, it is really hard to keep
Oh,
Snowball in
Sven.
fights.
He was right on in the front, but they dazzle him up. They barrel him up, but they're going to make a wish. Can Move do it? No. Perks picks him off. Unstoppable. Expect is in there, mixing it up with big Gnars. And Chachi now is trying to stay alive, but he gets hopped and bopped and taunts his way to freedom. Veritas just simply doesn't have enough damage. Expect does not fear the Chachi, and Perks takes him out.
G2 again able to take the fight. Chachi was up pushing top lane. Didn't quite see if he was there in time, but it didn't seem to matter. Despite Sven getting caught out without being able to spell shield the Taric stun, they turn this fight all the way back around, get all the heals out of Soraka, and pull Sven back.
Uncork the flashlight. I don't know what that makes. That doesn't make any sense at all. Turn on the flashlight, and there's a Baron being started.
Well,
Oh, Move. Well, he's flashing out of there. Okay. So I'm all over the place this game, and so is these fights. Expect is finding Move on this one. Chachi, he's going really, really, really low, but he's got the shield on. So does Trick. Expect coming right back up, and Sven picks off Move. Unicorns now, they just don't have enough damage left in the tank. Perks goes godlike, gets a double, taking down Exile. Veritas and Chachi are running for their lives, and in goes Veritas right to his death. That's the ace, and straight for the base goes G2.
G2 build the wall, and it's the Unicorns that are going to be made to pay for it, because Unicorns have just been aced. G2 are going to go 2-1 up.
Yes, indeed. Just shy of 35 minutes on the clock. G2 Esports, they were in control just about all game long, and they finished the job, holding the series 2-1.
The true MVP is the ZZ Rock Portal plays to kill the NAM. You got some good matchups across the board. I need to see Trick honestly be super active on this, at least in the early game, to try and really put any of the lanes in favor of G2.
The moves here, but They are going to catch
Yes.
Chachi.
Oh, right into the cocoon, right into the wall. That's a quick first blood.
Pyra.
I mean, I'm just
Mid
watching
lane is
Exile do
going.
it. Nah, they make it out. It's cool. I call it.
I was waiting for you to go like, oh, mid lane. Big plays. In fact, Exile just walks away from the ultimate.
Oh, and there's going to be maybe a big play down on this bottom side. Veritas can't spell shield in time. Mythy gets the final shot.
Hillis
At this point.
Yeah, Triggers is making sure Expect doesn't die.
Up. In goes the Elise. Chachi dives right back on in, trying to dodge out Transcendent Blade, but he knows he's a dead man, and Expect finishes the job.
Chachi feels like he knows this matchup to the point where underwhelming from the Unicorns on that mid lane gank. And honestly, underwhelming is what I can say about the Unicorns so far in this matchup.
Chachi, he is getting outplayed right now, fighting right into the Narbar. Transcendent Blades trying to heal. Expect's gonna flash followed, but the boulder nails him in the back of the head.
Yeah, you know the game is going terribly wrong for you when Chachi gets solo kill top by Expect after obviously 2 ganks from Trick.
All right, Exile's going in here. Let's see if he can get the solo kill onto Perks. It's gonna be hard flashing, and he finishes the job. Move was there for insurance. Finally, Unicorns are on the board.
I feel like almost a bit of
Good, G2 are winning.
Hold the stats. Mythy wants this.
I'll have to see if the stats guys actually agree with me on that one. Hylissang's going really low. Mythy does pop out the Glacial Fissure, and down goes Hylissang. Just popped like that. Exhaust onto Veritas. Sven looking to give himself one more, and he does it. A double kill. The Tristana's already getting big. All right, into the boomerang. And wouldn't you know it, like clockwork, Trick is back. Chachi has no flash. Nar smash, and Trick picks up the kill. 7-1. G2 are running away with.
wants to win this matchup and be the hero, and then he gets camped completely, and then his bot lane loses without any jungle help. Just bot lane loses.
Yeah, that's not hurting all that much, but that's okay. Exile's trying to walk out, but all of a sudden,
This
in comes
will.
Sven, and they just blow him to bits.
I mean, there's not a lot that Exile can do.
Unicorns to get involved. A few wards cleared away. Expect's gonna flash for Chachi here. Chachi is just not having a great game. Autos and boomerangs, and that's all it takes.
Didn't need to jump. Didn't need any. Not getting to play much League of
First-
Legends this game.
First pick Nara is working out pretty well when backed up by Trick, and Exile is gonna have to pull out. He is surrounded. Flash. Okay, Trick sinks his fangs in. Exhaust is down, but way too late. Hylissang is gonna fall, and meanwhile Sven just keep too easy with Tristana.
Yeah.
This is criminal right here. It's gone. 22 minutes. We got 6 towers to 0. Unicorns of Love are down 12,000 gold. Chachi gets swept aside by Expect, and he's just walking away with 3 unicorns chasing him down. They might get the shutdown here.
G2 are going for Baron, though.
Yeah, G2 just say, that's fine. We can go ahead and sacrifice Expect for a moment. He is still walking. Finally shut down. Veritas really needed some gold, but it's a 2-man Baron. You can do this with Tristana. It's in full vision.
Perks on Exile.
And now Exile is going to get locked down for a few seconds. Throws on the Hemo play, trying to outplay Perks here. We might see it happen again. Perks, is he going to stay alive? In comes Mythy. Exile exhausted. Hylissang finishes him off. And now they get the big knock-up. Exile going low. This has gone really haywire all of a sudden, but Sven has joined the fray, and he just has too much damage. A double kill.
Ooh, Chachi canceled his.
This Tristana is doing so much damage. Expect has done so much work across the map as well. After the teleport, he's just zoning off. They take inhibitor number 1. It is 24.
It doesn't
so
matter
far
now
ahead.
at all. Like, you can do kind of whatever you want.
Let me catch Exile. Oh boy, Chachi trying to polish him off, but it doesn't really. Maybe it does. Okay, Perks is dying.
It's from now.
Yeah,
It's your chance move. Come on.
There we
Nope.
go. They hop on in. Expect. He's just frontlining here. The tower
It's
going very
4v5.
low. Look at that damage. They're dishing out. It is 4v5. It is just enough. Hylissang gets the ult out in time, but it's not onto Exile. Double kill over to Sven. Just like that, he hops, and everyone is rolling right into the back. Trick picks up a big kill, dominating. Who cares about turret lasers? Triple kill for Tristana, and it's all base for G2.
They're already onto the Nexus turret. This is going to be G2 taking it.
They are looking for it. 26 minutes, by far the fastest game. G2, full control. This is the form we're looking at, and this is them going to finals. We'll see them there in a week.
G2 take the series. They will face Splice on Sunday in Krakow and potentially look for their 2nd title in a row.
And what a different game.
Yes,
Like,
that was not the series. That was just
that was
game 4.
definitely not what I expected coming into this 4th game here. You know, we saw like, oh, both teams have ways of winning here. Unicorn's pretty good draft, blah, blah, blah. Games have been very even. G2 haven't looked that clean.
I like the draft.
Destroy 2v2 bottom lane because Sven and Mithi play really, really well. Trick camps top lane on Elise, you know, gets a few 4 kills, I believe it is, for Expect. And that's game.
Yep.
Like,
I'm
so
like that.
simple. That's game.
They will get a big chance to defend their title here. So, I mean, you can't say this was unexpected.
No,
But 3 games of that series certainly were.
definitely agree. I think a lot of people actually would have looked at a 3-1.
Yeah.
I think for G2, where like enough respect for Unicorns to say these guys can like pull one game where they kind of snowball and G2 mess up a little bit, and that did happen.
Perks predicted it.
Perks knew
He called
exactly
it.
what
He
was
knew
happening.
exactly.
Wait, they lost.
So yeah, like all right, get the 2-1, and then you know
All
we
those
show
deaths
up
were
now.
deliberate.
But I do feel still, G2 will go back and look at game 1, 2, 3, kind of realize a lot of issues. Yeah, they got to fix.
Yeah.
Game 4 obviously is how they want to play, but that was like the perfect scenario.
Oh, yeah.
In where you just destroy Relia, who has to snowball early, and you get a massive advantage, and your bot lane destroys the enemy bot lane. That's not the kind of stuff you normally will play around and draft around specifically, but
It's also not really going to happen often in a finals or at Worlds.
No.
Maybe in a game. So you can't rely on
it did
that.
happen.
It did.
Splice will definitely challenge G2 in this final here. With what we've seen from Splice so far, what we've seen from G2 today, I think that's going to be an extremely close final that can go back and forth a lot. So that's going to be very, very exciting to watch, obviously. I'm glad we got to see, you know, G2 really show up in the last game here and play some great League of Legends.
Doesn't matter how you start as long as you finish it strong. So G2, you know, at least they managed to finish it in the end, and that's what matters. Unicorns, they had a real shot at it today, and I think not a lot of people would have given them that before game 1.
And also, I just want to do a quick shout out to all the Danes at home watching handball, the Olympic final. Denmark has just beat France.
What?
It's a big victory for our country because we do love handball quite a lot. I know a lot of people hate it.
It's that
We just won the Olympics,
I don't know.
guys. Hello. Anyway, whatever.
G2 just won the series.
Yeah, G2 won and Denmark won. It's great.
What would you do if I just sat up here and talked about cycling? Because that's all Britain's good at.
Did you guys win?
Lots. It doesn't matter.
Move on then.
It doesn't actually matter right now. What
The important
matters
thing is G2.
Is G2 going up against Splice in Krakow, and I want
It's
to hear
going to
what
be great.
G2 had
It
to say
is going to
about
be so fantastic. G2, they've earned their place to play Splice in the Summer Split Finals in
Got the
Poland.
goal.
Now, Sifa, he's standing by on stage with Sven and Perks to get their thoughts about it.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Great cast on the day. I wanted to say that one for a while. But, guys, absolutely commanding performance there in Game 4, but that was not the whole story for the series. It was very back and forth in those first 3 games. Can you tell me what was going on in those games that made them feel so close?
So, first game, we actually had a lead early game, I think, and then we trolled it a bit because there was some miscommunication. We took some very bad fights, which we shouldn't have. And then we came back, or like we won some team fights because we have better comp, I think. And second game, we like got really stomped early game. So it was kind of doomed. And then we still could have won, but then when we had like 4 or 5 items, we forced the fight mid, and then it was like, we can fight, but plot whistles, we couldn't fight. So then game 3, what happened game 3? I don't even remember anymore. Oh, Talia game, oh yeah. Yes. The Talia game, that one was close because I think we didn't play to our winning conditions very well. In the early game at least, so they actually like got some kills with LeBlanc roaming top, and then after one fight bot, the game was kind of open up, and then it was a really good game again. But
So handing it over to you, Sven. Coming in Game 4, you put on a clinic on that Tristana. Do you think Tristana is a pick we can expect more from in the future, or is this something that you kind of pulled out in a time of need?
I don't think Tristana is like a super good pick. I think it's actually bad in lane against Sivir, but it's really good later in the game. I didn't expect to actually win lane with that pick, but it's good against their champs later in the game, as teaching and stuff like this. Good late against scaling too, but it's like I couldn't really pick Jhin against these champions. Ashe was banned and they had Sivir, so there was so many champs to pick. I think Lucian is okay, but Lucian wins lane against Sivir, but he's not so good later in the game, I think, against their champs. So I chose Tristana for weaker lane phase and stronger late game team fighting and sieging.
Well, you got the best of both worlds. You did end up winning that laning phase. Awesome to see some of those individual outplays and the confidence coming in those dives. But looking ahead, finals in Krakow, faced up against Splice. You guys went 1-1 in the regular season last time you faced. We'll pass it back to you, Perks. How do you feel about the matchup coming up? Do you feel confident after today's games?
Well, our today's series was kind of shit, or we played pretty bad. So it's not like I feel super confident to our play, but I think we have shown not even half of what we play. From scrims and stuff, because we can play a lot of different styles. So I'm pretty confident going into match versus Splice, because I feel that in that series versus H2K, they kind of exposed H2K and had the same picks all game, which won them the game. Like Wunder were carrying along with Nara and Gragas jungle. So I think Splice is a good team, but I think we have a good chance versus them.
Final question, looking ahead, gentlemen, you've already qualified for Worlds, but unfortunately, due to the lackluster performance from Europe at MSI, the most we can hope for is a second seed. So I'm curious, as we look ahead to the group stage, are you guys at all nervous coming in as a second seed, knowing that you're going to have to face the top teams in the world? We'll start with you, Sven.
I think last year I had a third seed, and it went pretty well for me. I think second seed is not the worst, it's not the best either. But I don't think it's like a super big problem to have a second seed. Sometimes second seed is worse than third seed. Like last year, for example, second seed had EDG and SKT, so it's not always better to have second or third. So I think it's going to be okay for us, personally.
I think it just depends on lucky or unlucky draw in groups, but I'm fine with playing versus the best teams, because I think to actually go far in Worlds, you have to win versus everyone. So playing versus good teams in groups wouldn't be like end of the world. Maybe it will be really hard to get out of the groups, but if we do it, then we'll have a very huge confidence boost going further into tournament. So I'm just looking forward to Worlds, that's all.
Honestly, good to hear you guys both having a positive outlook on that state of affairs. But thank you so much for talking to me. Congrats again on the win. We're going to hand things back over to the analyst desk to further break down that series.